Jai Hind everyone. It's my proud privilege and honor today to have a very special guest, एक बेहद खास मेहमान जो किसी तारुफ के मोहताज नहीं है. He needs no introduction. You all know him. You all have seen him. He's a legendary figure in the world of ballroom dancing. Well, let me tell you, there's much more to him. I'm not talking about Sandip Soparrkar. I'm talking about Dr. Sandip Soparrkar. Yes. And let me tell you, well, though he needs no introduction, but customary, if I have to say just a little bit. He's an Indian Latin and ballroom dancer, Bollywood choreographer, actor, columnist, dance reality show judge, radio jockey, and a TEDx speaker who holds a doctorate in world mythology folklore from Pacifica Graduate Institute, United States, and also an honorary doctorate in performing arts from the National American University. He has been honored with 3 National Excellence Awards and 1 National Achievement Award by the Government of India, and he is the recipient of the Rabindranath Literary Prize for Social Achievement. And coincidentally and incidentally, interestingly, today is Mr. Rabindranath Tagore Sahab's birthday as well. He founded the India Dance Week, which combines Indian and international dance, and has become a philanthropist with his worldwide initiative Dance for a Cause, where he uses dance, drama, and music as a medium to raise awareness of various social issues in the society. At the British House of Commons, World Book of Records, Indo-British Cultural Forum honored Soparkar with the title Ballroom Dance Jewel. He is the only dance choreographer of India. I repeat again, he is the only dance choreographer of India who has a postage stamp issued by the Bhutan government with his picture and the logo of his worldwide initiative, Dance for a Cause. And the first dance choreographer to receive the Rabindranath Tagore Social Achievement Prize for is much appreciated Dance for a Cause initiative. Apart from that, he is the only Indian dancer and choreographer who has the honor of having 2 miniature dancing replica dolls of his in India Fine Arts Council IFAC and My Cute Mini for his extraordinary work in the field of dance and social work. He is the chairperson of India Fine Art Council and extensively promotes artists from all fields. And I can vouch for that. When I met him in Mumbai for the first time, I was flabbergasted by not just his talent, his ability, his skill, but by the way he dealt with people. That was very interesting. The way he deals with artists, it is really interesting. And thereafter, when I saw him work again, for a very dear friend of mine, Saif Bhai's, for Saif's play, Saif Rasul Hassan, for his play, Sandeep was outstanding. He provided the music, the dance, everything. And a gem of a person, a down to earth human being who is grounded despite having achieved so much in life. And I very rarely, I come across personalities like Sandeep, a person who has achieved remarkably great heights. He has been bestowed with the title of World Peace Ambassador by the World Peacekeepers Movement. He is the first Indian to be certified by Ballroom Dance Training School, Bonn, Germany, and has been honored with the National Achievement Award and 3 National Excellence Awards by the Government of India. He is also a recipient of the prestigious Shakti Saman in a form of sword by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. There is a lot more, Sandeep. I would be doing injustice if I would not mention most of it. That's why please forgive me. I know it's getting a bit long, but this is just, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, boys and girls, this is just a small gist, a very small gist of what I'm talking about. A great personality whom I really admire and adore a lot. The government of the United States, along with Lions Club International, honored Sandeep with the Visionary Award for developing a ballroom dance program for the blind. He is the first Indian dance choreographer who was invited to the United Nations headquarters in New York City to conduct a dance session for the United States staff through the United Nations. Oh my goodness, I can just go on, Sandeep, and I don't want to, because I don't want to end up embarrassing you also. I can just go on. And I think that the whole session, Sandeep would be just listening to me. But Sandeep, let me ask you one thing. You have achieved so much in life. and yet you are very humble. And though you always play it down, but your interest in dance, you may not remember actually. My first meeting was not when I came for your workshop. My first meeting with you was way back in 1999 in Pune.
Okay.
Yes, when I was contesting for Mr. Pune. My first meeting with you was in Hotel Pride at near Rahul Theatre in the year 1999, and we were so much in awe. We were college students that time. We saw there was a big hype. Guys! Sandip Soparrkar is going to come over here. So we were all, especially the girls, we were all sitting in one line. And there walks in Sandip Soparrkar, and I still remember very vividly what you were wearing, how you came, how you carried yourself. Everything is so clearly etched in my mind. So tell me one thing: did the bug of dancing, when did it bite you, and when did you decide as a child that you want to take up dancing as a career ultimately?
First of all, thank you so much for having me on this show of yours. We've always been talking over our phone calls or WhatsApp, and after a long time, we're chatting like this. So, thank you for this wonderful step you took to ask me to be a part of your show. I'm really humbled. But yes, the bug bit me when I was 5 years old. And I'm talking about the army mess. How you are an ex-army person. You know what I'm talking about, yeah? In the army mess, they have all these. Those days, they would have live band playing the waltzes, the cha-cha, and tangos and all of that. And my grandparents and my parents took me to the army mess because they both were in the army. My grandfather was in the army, and so was my father. And I remember walking in at the age of 5 and seeing this band playing the foxtrot and all of them dancing away. And my grandmother asked me, "Would you like to dance?" I said, "Yes." And then she took me in her arms and we did the first step of the foxtrot. That was the day. Till today, I have not left ballroom dancing. It is all thanks to my army background that I'm today a ballroom dancer because army taught me what the entire class of ballroom dancing should be and what it brings with it.
Wow. Exactly. You know, a lot of people have this misconception that Fauj army means बंदूक पकड़ ली और भाग रहे हैं दुश्मन के पीछे. That's not what army is. There you find Sandip Soparkar, and Sandeep, that's very sweet of you to say that.
Yeah,
In fact,
I think army definitely teaches you how to respect people, and especially how to respect women, how to respect your elders, how to respect your seniors, your superiors. It has got a lot of great manners it teaches you, and I think I have learned a whole lot of it only because I was an army officer's son, and we traveled all over the country, we traveled all over the world, and I think because of that, I got to learn so much. I owe everything to my father's army background and to my army background. I just completely owe it to them.
amazing. Yeah. Your uncle also, he was the vice chief of the army staff, General Milan Naidu. In fact,
Yes.
Niharika auntie, Ms. Niharika Naidu, in fact, I've interviewed her as well on my YouTube channel. And in fact, she was the one who put me through to you. She said, "You must go and meet Sandeep. You'll be very happy to meet him."
That's
That's the
right.
time when I first time officially formally met you. I'm not talking about the meeting of 1999. When we were like, really off Sandeep Saparkar. All right. So Sandeep, so tell me, didn't you ever feel the thing of joining the army as a child, as an army brat? होता है दिल में कीड़ा कि यार फौज की वर्दी पहनूं, कोई लोग सल्यूट मारे और that kind of. When I was a child, I would sit in the
My
army yoga.
my brother had that in him, though he was waiting to join the navy or the army or the air force, whatever any armed forces. But finally, now he's in the merchant navy, somewhere
Right.
still around the same thing. I wasn't really into that. I think my mother genes came more into me. She was a Bharatanatyam dancer, so I think more of that came into me, and I wanted to be a dancer. So not really, but I think I got a lot of it when my father would be boss servicing, and he was in the army, so the salutes came in from him. So I think I was happy with that.
Right. And so tell me, when was it that moment in your life when you said कि भाई, when you broke into your house कि भाई घर बताया कि भाई मेरे को dancer बनना है. Ultimately, I want to take up dancing as a career, as a profession. So how was the
My father was
Fauji
very
father's
upset.
reaction?
My father was not happy at all. Typical army man. He was, and my grandfather, typical army man, he was like, dance कौन करता है? I remember him telling me, dance भी कर लेना. So I said, dance भी नहीं, dance ही करना है. So he was like, no, he is not possible. You can't only do dancing. You can probably keep it as a hobby and just do whatever you want. You have studied, इतना पढ़ाई की है, इतनी education है, MBA है, hotel management है, इतना सब कुछ किया है, उसको you can't just give up. But I guess my mother and my grandmother supported me, and they said let him try what he wants to do. If he's not successful, तो जो पढ़ाई की है उसके ऊपर he can bank on that and go back to a job or whatever he wants to do. But जब तक जवान है, let him try, let him do what he wishes to. And I'm happy that they allowed me to do that, because if they would have not, I would have never reached where I am today.
That reminds me of a line from this film Monsoon Wedding. My uncle Nasir had played the protagonist in that. So he's telling Lilith Dubey, their child wants to become a chef. So my uncle Nasir Saab tells us, Havarchi banenge. So it's like, these were professions, these were unconventional professions in those times, which were actually not taken very seriously. It's like Nasir Saab, when he was studying drama at the NSD, he would meet people off in the train. भाई तुम क्या काम करते हो? मैं पढ़ता हूँ. क्या पढ़ते हो? इंजीनियरिंग करते हो, लॉ करते हो? नहीं, मैं ड्रामा पढ़ता हूँ. ड्रामा? ये कोई पढ़ने की चीज है, ड्रामा? So it was like that. And let me tell you, you have changed the entire perception. Today, I don't know if you're aware or not, there are children who don't say that they want to take up dancing as a career. They say, मेरे को बड़े होके संदीप सोपारकर बनना है. So that is so Latin dancing माने तो Sandip Soparrkar, बोले तो Sandip. So that is, you become a brand in your own field, and you have turned the tables around. How does it feel? I mean, the journey definitely has not been easy. You've had your fair share of struggles and ups and downs, and it has been tough. It's not easy. I'm being the self-made person that you are. So how do you feel when you hear children saying that मेरे को बड़े होके संदीप सोपारकर बनना है?
Well, I feel like laughing because I don't see anything. I have just been dancing. I just do in my life, and on the floor, I do what I feel like doing. I have always lived it the way I want to live my life. So if somebody has got inspired, I feel happy. If they haven't, it doesn't matter. So I really don't bother about if somebody says anything of this sort. It's their wish. If they are inspired with what they have seen, I'm humbled, and if they have not, it's okay.
Right. I have this soft corner for artists, for passionate people, because मैं फौज में था, खैर ठीक है, मगर फौज में भी जब मैं बॉर्डर पे था, I would always motivate my troops by telling them stories of Captain Vikram Batra or Captain Anuj Nair, and I would always keep them in high spirits, जोश में. So, and वो artist मेरे अंदर शुरू से था, फौज में आने से पहले भी. So I think that is the reason I connect with you so well, and it is passion, it's a burning desire. So tell me one thing, when you talk about a career as a dancer in dance, so लोग बोलते हैं भाई वो तो ठीक है, डांस करते हैं या सिंगिंग करते हैं, या भाई काम क्या करते हैं? That is one. बहुत पहले आपको, you must have really experienced it.
No, even now they ask the same question. Like I was just at the House of Lords last week. There was Bharat Gaurav Samman happening at the House of Lords last week, and I was there for it. And I was talking to someone. They said, "What do you do?" So I said, "It's a lady from USA. She was one of the cultural people." So I said, "I'm a dancer." Okay, what else do you do? So I said, "I dance." So she's like, "Really? Even now?" I said, "Yeah, even now I'm dancing." So I think many people feel the dance is, and she was a cultural ambassador. So that there are people who feel that men and dance don't get along. It's a woman who's dancing as a living, it's fine. But a man dancing as a living is slightly not accepted. He can be a teacher, he can be a choreographer. But if you're a dancer, you are looked at like, okay, it's a different. There are different departments in dance, right? So they feel a woman can do all, but a man can't do all of it. So I think somewhere there's a stigma attached to the dance as an art form completely. But that's okay, doesn't matter. Everybody has their own thinking.
You have told her, apart from dancing, I collect stamps. I do philately. So tell me, again, it was very difficult for a person who's starting off in this industry without having a godfather at all. Because normally in the creative field, I've seen कि भाई godfather की बहुत जरूरत होती है, लेकिन a godfather can help you to a certain extent.
Yeah,
He'll probably open some doors for you. Thereafter, it's all your own talent, your own dum. आप में कितनी आग है भैया, आप तब आगे जाएंगे. And you had a Fauji background. Yes, you had one thing to your advantage, Sandeep, which was your great education. Your parents gave you a very good gift of education, and that
absolutely.
held you in very good stead, actually. So, when your first break, your first earning as a dancer, when was it, and how was the reaction of the people around you? कि भाई कि इसमें इन्होंने कुछ कमा लिया है.
Well, earning was always happening because as a teenager I was doing events and shows, so all that earning was coming in little bit, little bit. But my first project happened was a film project with Zubeda. That was something which everybody said, okay, now if you are doing movies and now you're kind of training Karishma Kapoor and Manoj Bajpayee and Rekha ji, like biggest names, and Shyam Benegal as director, and you have such known दिग्गज अपनी फील्ड के दिग्गज helping you and treating you so well, कुछ तो बात होगी शायद. So I think the nazariya of people looking at me or my parents looking at me also changed because there was a lot of acceptance coming from outside, and that is when they said, okay, chalo, you can do what you want to do.
Talking about Zubeda, Shyam Benegal, he was the one who had given a break to my uncle Nasir Saab when he was
Yeah,
finishing from FTI. And in fact,
but he
Shyam
gave me
Benegal
a
said
break as well. He gave me my first break as well.
he's a very kind soul. In fact, Sandeep,
Absolutely.
coincidentally, I corresponded with him just an hour back. And he's confirmed to me at 11 a.m. day after tomorrow, speaking to me the way
Oh,
I'm speaking to you.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. Give my
So I
regards to him.
certainly. I interviewed him earlier, and Pia Benegal, his daughter, had done the costume for
Yeah,
Zubeda. That was her
absolutely.
first break as well. So Pia is a dear friend.
Yeah.
And there was another actor, Rahul Singh. He's a brilliant guy from Mayo College, from Rajasthan.
Uh,
He's a very dear friend. So Rahul also got his break with Zubeda, in fact, as an
I
actor.
think Zubeda was the first thing for a lot of people, which is nice.
Yeah. So tell me one thing: how much riyaz do you do in a day? Like a lot of people they feel कि creative लोग हैं तो they're gifted, they're talented.
No,
इनको
no,
क्या
not at
hard
all.
exactly? That's where I'm coming at. That's where
every
I'm
day, every day, 2 to 3 hours is absolutely important to give your art. And I am no less. I do the same thing, sometimes even more. So it's your own practice plus some classes. So at least dancing for 6 hours a day is happening every day, and there is no break. Even during the pandemic, it was online dancing or dancing for yourself. So there can never be any break because dance, it's a sea of things. Every time you do the same action a million times is when you will understand it better and understand it differently. It's like reading a book a million times. Every time you read it, you understand it differently. So
right.
dance is the same thing. It's like the Gita. It's the Ramayana. It's the Mahabharata of our life. And the more you read it, the more you do it, the better you will get at it.
I saw this film lately, जो OTT पे आई है, called Miraksam.
Okay.
And again, I am feeling a bit conscious about taking the name again. Nasir Saab acted in Meer Aksam, and it's about this girl who wanted to be a dancer, and everyone rebuked her. क्या dance करना हो ये क्या dance? And she really became a fabulous dancer. So Meer Aksam basically means let's dance. Meer Aksam, and so I have two left feet. By the way, I have two left feet. I have to share this with you. What happened in 1998 जब मैं पुणे आया था to do my graduation. So people told me कि अब तो, and I wanted to be an actor. So FTI करीब में था. I used to go to FTI and watch foreign films. Someone said कि improve your movement as a dancer. Go to a dance school. तो फिर मैं एक dance school में गया. It was in Koregaon Park, and we were passing by, and we saw this music. And मैं dance school में गया. I asked the dance instructor, sir मेरे को dance सीखना है. So he said, yeah, come, join. And I still remember they were playing the song. एक तो कम है जवानी, उससे कम भी जिंदगानी, होश में आने, something like that. So I joined them and I was like messing up all the steps. So the dance instructor told me, यार तुम्हारे को ना यहाँ basic भी नहीं मालूम है. You can't even put your feet to the sur ताल क्या हो रहा है. तुम एक काम करना. हॉस्टल में रहते हो ना एक कमरे में, यू बाय, उस टाइम पे ऑडियो टेप चलते थे वो रील वाले. सो हाँ, सो तुम गोविंदा के कुछ कैसेट्स खरीदो, play them in your room, and you just dance it out. Totally. Okay. So I was like, okay. So I did that for a couple of months. Then I went back to him again. अभी भी नहीं आया, अभी भी नहीं आया. And I kept doing that. फिर मैंने एक और तरकीब सीखी. फिर मैंने एक और तरकीब सीखी. तो मैंने कहा कि भाई हर सैटरडे नाइट को पार्टी करेंगे. So I started visiting TDS, Black Cadillac. तो हर in Pune. And then Scream had opened there. So every Saturday, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturday was a compulsory. I became a party animal. मगर उससे भी मैं खुल नहीं पाया भाई. That was my biggest regret.
No, I know. I think a lot of people say this, that we have two left feet. I think it's only the mind. If we just rehearse, practice, there's everybody can dance. It's just that we feel, oh, I'm not meant for it. I'm too fat. I'm too thin. I'm too tall. I'm too short. We bring our own we create our own little walls around us, and then there are people who tell us you can't do it. So there is a whole lot of negativity that surround us, and because of which we say that we have two left feet. But I believe that we all can dance. When a child is born, the child is born dancing. Haath pav hilate hue, child is born. The breath inside our body is dancing. The blood inside our body is dancing. Everything around us is dancing. Our eyes are dancing. Everything, our hair is dancing. Everything dances. We just have to observe it and do it and feel it, and then you can surely do it. So never think that you can't. You can, and there is no age for it. Anybody at any time can start learning. Only thing required is to give a dedicated time and your life to it, because dance is all about doing it all your life.
How much would you give percentage wise out of 100 ratio? Hard work and talent.
I think it's 50-50. Both is equally important. You cannot say I have got talent, so I will not do hard work, because you will be halfway through, and you can't say that I have got talent and I'm not interested to do it. Either of the two. You have to go simultaneously and keep moving ahead with it. So it's like railway tracks. Both are equal and both keep moving together.
Absolutely. अगर मेरे से पूछा जाएगा ये क्वेश्चन, so I would rather say 90% hard work, 10% talent. I would put it that way.
But I think when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about to be doing well in the career of dance.
Right.
But if you are going to be just dancing as a hobby dancer, then I think it's 100% hard work. Doesn't matter about the talent, because we are not looking at techniques, we are not looking at anything. We're only looking at for you to dance and enjoy and use dance as a medium to enhance and flourish yourself in so many different ways. So if you do that, then 100% hard work.
Right. In the year 2001 at the NSD, the National School of Drama, I had not gone through the NSD before joining the army. So Randeep Hooda, Shahid Kapoor and myself, we were in the same class for the acting workshop, and it was Nasir Saab again, he was in the class. And Shahid was very hardworking. He was the Shamak Davar at that time, and he would, in the class, he had got his barbells and dumbbells and his, what do you call that, bull worker along with him. And he would work out breaks ke andar. And he started off as a small dancer in Tal, and then and he's a great dancer. In fact, we उस टाइम पे आपका जिक्र निकला था बहुत पहले. I'm talking about the year 2001 तब. And he is like, we are related somewhere, and he would always talk about you as well. He would always say that Sandip is a great personality, great dancer and such things. So tell me one thing, Sandip, who is if I have to ask you internationally, globally, because you are a globally recognized international personality, who is your favorite dancer? Who would you rate as the number one dancer in the world, according to you?
Well, that's a tough question you've asked me. I think who I have enjoyed teaching the most, I would say, is Madonna.
Okay.
Because, and I think at this age, she can give the young ones a run for their money. No wonder she is where she is, because the dedication, the determination to do something, even at this age, is just absolutely tremendously beautiful. And I think that is inspirational. To see someone, fight to get something right, even after achieving so much, I think it's something to learn from. Otherwise, at a position like hers, we can get complacent and we can just say, "Abhi, theek hai, I have reached so much, and I'm the queen of pop, and nothing can kind of take my position away." You can get comfortable in your position, but no, not at all. And I think that is what makes a good dancer. जज्बा होता है, वो जो आग होती है अंदर कुछ करने की, कुछ कर दिखाने की, कहीं पहुंचने की, वो आग आपको बेटर डांसर बनाती है. आपका डांस आपको बेटर डांसर नहीं बनाता.
Absolutely, absolutely. And who has been your inspiration in life, Sandeep? Like, someone you had an icon in your young days, you really looked up to, you would like want to be like that person. Because today there are millions of people, millions of them, not just in India, but globally, who look up to you, who aspire. And the way somebody probably had inspired you in your younger days, you may not be knowing it or you may not be aware of it, but subconsciously or consciously, you have inspired very many people that way. So, who has been your inspiration in life?
There are two ladies who I really admire and I find them to be my inspiration. One is Padma Vibhushan Dr. Sonal Mansingh. She is one of the Navratnas of dance of our country, classical legend, now an MP as well. But I think though we are not in the same dance form, but I think she calls me a dancing son. I call her my dancing mother. Uh, that relationship and the interaction that I've been having with her in personal ways, I think has inspired me in everything that I do. In terms of the way I am as a person, the way I deal with people, it's all a lot that I've learned from her. And the other one is, she's no more now. She died at the age of 102, the world's oldest ballroom dancer, Tao Porchon Lynch. I met her when she was 92, and I had a great association with her for 10 years. She passed away just last year, and I think she inspired me to look at dance in a completely different way. She was one who inspired me to start Dance for a Cause. She was the one who inspired me to look more beyond just dancing. And I think that is what was important. I think that was I was lacking somewhere in my own art, was to take it out to people. कला जो
Right.
है वो जब उसको भलाई के लिए इस्तेमाल किया जाता है तब उसको recognition मिलता है. Just dancing away does not solve anything. When it reaches people's hearts, when it touches people, that is when it gets its due respect. And that is what Tao Porchon Lynch taught me to do with my dance, and I began Dance for a Cause after meeting her.
Right. संदीप, एक एक कहावत होती है ना, ये कहते हैं कि भाई उस जमाने में उस जगह पे मेरे नाम का सिक्का चलता था. लोग कहते हैं लाइक आई समटाइम टेल पीपल, जब मैं कॉलेज में था तो उस टाइम पे भाई मेरे नाम का सिक्का, वे ऑफ सेइंग इट, ऐसा तो कुछ था नहीं, वो कुछ था नहीं, बट जस्ट अ वे ऑफ ट्रिकिंग पीपल. सो नाउ, but now there's a fact which I'm saying right now. There is a stamp in Bhutan with your face, with your name, with your. How is that feeling to have a stamp in a foreign country totally dedicated to you?
My mother's laughing because when she saw the stamp, she said, "Only 30 nickels. What is this? Is only 30 rupees? Like 30 rupees? That's it. That's your value." So I think it's well, I think I'm humbled that the Bhutan government honored my Dance for a Cause through a stamp, and it feels really wonderful. But when I came back home, my mother was laughing. She said, "Just 30 rupiah, 30 rupiah. That is your cut." So I
That
don't think
always
I can
happens.
ever tell anybody in my house कि मेरा सिक्का चलता है वहाँ पर.
That always happens. घर में रहे ना हमेशा वो अहमियत नहीं, वो they take you for granted है, तो अपना है, they take it कि भाई वो अहमियत अंदर वाले घर में ना कभी हमेशा. I've seen it happening to the greatest
Absolutely.
of personalities, the greatest of personalities. They always there to bring you down, and you know that you are already up. Oh, wait, I'm already grounded, dude. Not required, but still. And okay, you've apart from having a doctorate, you also have an honorary doctorate. Now, when you were conferred upon the honorary doctorate, how did you feel?
Whenever I get any kind of awards or any kind of things like this, I just wonder like, why am I getting it? Because I have always been like my mother tells me, I've been very
Sorry to
happy.
interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you. I hate doing that and I would never do that. But you mark my words, the day is not far when we would be having Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan Sandip Soparkar. Please go on.
Well, I just feel that I have been always dancing away because I want to dance. There has never been a reason for me to dance. किसी चीज के लिए मैं नहीं डांस करता हूँ, मैं अपने लिए डांस करता हूँ. जब मैं शोज कर रहा हूँ, इवेंट्स कर रहा हूँ, कुछ डांस फॉर अ कॉज में कुछ बना रहा हूँ या मेथोलॉजी भी कुछ कर रहा हूँ, जो भी कुछ कर रहा हूँ, आई डू बिकॉज आई वांट टू डू इट. I don't do because someone other person asked me to do it. There have been times when some shows have come to me and I've said no to them because I don't feel inspired to do it. And then I'm told that, oh, you have an attitude. But it's not about attitude, it's about because I'm not able to connect to it. So if I can't connect, I can't do justice to it. So I dance because I want to dance, not because I have to dance. So I think that is when the awards come or recognitions come, I feel like I'm just doing what I want to do. So it really doesn't matter if somebody gives me something or someone doesn't give me something.
Right, right. Sandeep, and also I would like to know that जब आपने फैसला किया था बचपन में कि भाई डांस ही करना है, एंड वाज इट लाइक एट दैट टाइम, तब तो इट मस्ट बी वेरी वेरी चैलेंजिंग. स्कूल में यू मस्ट बी परफॉर्मिंग इन योर एनुअल डे विद द क्लास एंड यू मस्ट बी द फ्रंट रनर फॉर एनी कल्चरल इवेंट एंड सच थिंग्स. यू मस्ट बी ऑलवेज देयर. जब आपने बताया अपने पियर्स को, अपने फ्रेंड्स को कि भाई मेरे को डांसर बनना है, सो नॉर्मली होता है कि भाई अरे सो एंड सो पढ़ाई से दूर भागना है इसलिए इसको क्रिएटिव आर्ट्स में जाना है, पढ़ाई से दूर भागना है इसलिए इसको एक्टर बनना है, पढ़ाई से दूर भागना है तो इसलिए इसको सिंगर बनना है या डांसर बनना है. बट यू आर फेयरली गुड इन स्टडीज इन एकेडमिक्स एज वेल. यू हैव ब्रोन्स, you have gray matter, you don't only have muscle, you also have bronze. So now tell me, how was the reaction of your teachers in school and amongst your peers in school?
My teachers were quite unhappy because I had got enough marks to even to get into a medical college. But they were like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Like, kuch padhai karo, do something better. Dance karo, theek hai. Culture bhi karo, sab karo, theek hai. Everything is fine. Don't leave your studies." And I quite believe in that. So I also made sure that I was dancing and I was studying all at the same time, because education is extremely important. Though I didn't take up science, but I thought science might take up a lot more of my time, so I moved towards commerce. But I made sure I finished my education. I finished my MBA, my graduation. I did my PhD. I did everything possible because I actually believe for everyone, whoever wants to get into any kind of art form, please do not leave your studies for your art, because education teaches you a lot of things. My MBA taught me how to deal with people. I was doing my MBA in marketing. I think today I can market my dance school, I can market my talent, I can market so many things only because I've learned it in my college. How to make PPTs, presentations, how to give lectures. All that has happened because of my education. My mythology PhD has helped me to create so many shows and events. So I think it education never goes waste. It always will come handy some way or the other. My hotel management taught me how to deal with people. Today I have people of all shapes, sizes, professions coming to me to my class. I know how to deal with them only because hotel management taught me as hospitality how to deal with people. So every step of my life, every part of my education has taught me it's something that I'm using today. So those of people who say हम सब छोड़ छाड़ करके पढ़ाई छोड़ करके भाग करके हम लोग हमारा आर्ट को फॉलो करेंगे, then I would never recommend that. I think you must always go ahead. And also I would tell everyone that it's very important to have your support of your parents with you, especially when you want to get into a field like entertainment, because it's a field which is very very unpredictable, and you need support of your loved ones with you. When my father said no, you cannot dance, I waited for a couple of years before he said yes, you can. जब तक माँ बाप का आशीर्वाद सर पे ना हो, आप कभी आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते. तो अगर आप घर छोड़ के भागते हैं तब वो सही नहीं है. आपको मिलके बैठ के बात करके एक कॉमन रास्ता निकालना है, उसी रास्ते पे आपको चलना है. बिकॉज जब आपको तकलीफें आएंगी तब आपके माँ बाप ही आपको सहारा देंगे, आपके घर वाले ही आपको सहारा देंगे. तो घर से भागिए मत, because that's not going to solve your purpose.
That is very true, yeah. And any interesting anecdote about when you're anything you would like to share with us about something interesting among when you have gone to so many countries and you have been invited by you have got the top honors actually and you are very cool about it. और कोई होता तो उसका दिमाग खराब हो गया होता अब तक, the kind of honors and accolades that you have got, Sandeep. And I'm honestly speaking, and I'm not being biased over here. I'm not saying it because I'm speaking to you. I generally mean it. I mean, आपके जो achievements हैं, it is extraordinary. So, any particular anecdote you'd like to share with us about something interesting about your experience in life in general? Because traveling is the best education also, and you have traveled
Absolutely.
extensively. Yeah.
The other day, my son and me were sitting and we were talking about where all I have been to. And
Uh,
we just opened my passports and just went to look through different countries, made a note of it. 92 countries I have traveled to.
my goodness.
92 countries, all because of dancing. But yes, I will admit that when I started doing this in the 1990s, I did develop an attitude. And I did feel that, oh my God, I'm the best thing happening to dancing world. Because I was tall and I was kind of a modeling industry and a great body and I had good dancing skills. I was getting so many shows. So I thought I was the best one. It was my mother who sat once with me and told me that, remember, this is a gift that you have received. And the gift has come from there. You never know when it will be taken away from you. So घमंड किस बात का है? You should have gratitude for what you have, not attitude. So remember this very well, because if he can give you the gift to dance, he can take it away as well. कल को कुछ हो जाए, तुम्हारा पैर टूट जाए, कुछ भी हो सकता है, कमर में हो जाए, and आप डांस नहीं कर पा रहे हो for whatever the reason, nobody will come after you. It's only people are loving you because of your art form, and be grateful that you have this art form. So उसका घमंड मत करो. जो आपको प्रशंसा मिलती है उसे भूलो मत, और निंदा से अपने आप को डोंट फील बैड अबाउट इट. तो ये बातें जब उन्होंने मुझे एक बार बिठा के सुनाई, समझाई, तब मेरे में फिर अकल आई मेरे ख्याल से that there is no need to feel happy about whatever is there. It's there. And जब तक है तब तक let's enjoy it. नहीं रहा तो नहीं रहा.
Sandeep, it's been such a learning experience for me, such a pleasure speaking to you, and I'm totally glued to all that you are saying. And I know you are terribly busy, and you've been very gracious and kind to give us your time. And I had told you कि भाई जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा, but you've been really really sweet, extremely sweet. And any message you would like to give to the youth of a country who want to step into the creative field, creative industry, which is now a very unconventional career. Like एक जमाने में था कि केवल आपको इंजीनियर बनना है या डॉक्टर बनना है या आपको आर्मी ऑफिसर बनना है या पुलिस ऑफिसर बनना है. But now there's so many avenues which are opening up. So like I have become a public speaking coach. वो भी ऑनलाइन पैंडेमिक में शुरू किया मैंने. Like you asked me before we went live, how's the pandemic been for you? So मैं actually बॉम्बे से आ गया दिल्ली because everything was indoor, and indoor तो आ गया. Now what do I do? Because I had stopped going to any studios or because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
घर पे था मैं. अब घर पे क्या करें? तो मैंने see, अच्छा, I have to tell you one very interesting thing. You are an international dancer, and your aunt Niharika Naidu ji, she is an international singer. I am also apart from being an international TEDx speaker, I am an international singer.
Oh really? When did you start
Yeah,
that?
let me tell you how that happened. Well, it was the year 2003. I was posted at the line of control, Indo-Pak border, and our post was 30 meters away from the Pakistani post. So it was the India's last post and the Pakistan's first post. तो 30 मीटर का फर्क था और बीच में फेंसिंग वो रखी थी. वो एक खाई थी. There was a kind of a खाई over there, and so this surgical strike which we heard for the first time in 2017, it's a very common phenomenon. Let me tell this to you. We had been doing it. It's called trans-border raid. It's called a raid basically. So ये bat action होता है, border action team who go across the border and they initiate action. So हमारे में ये कंटिजेंसी प्लानिंग ये थी, इन केस दुश्मन की टोली आई और हमारे पे कोई कार्रवाई हुई दुश्मन की, and if we run out of ammunition for some reason, So Lieutenant Mohammed Ali Shah will start singing.
Okay.
And when Lieutenant Mohammed Ali Shah starts singing, दुश्मन बोलेगा पीछे मोड़, तेज चल, दौड़ के चल. And that is how I was international boundary में था ना, so that is how I became an international singer.
That's brilliant.
It's been wonderful speaking to you, Sandeep. It's really been a pleasure, a real delight. And any last message to the youth of our country who want to step into the creative arts before we
I've been
do the thing?
observing a lot of the youngsters who come to me for class now or want to be a part of my dance troupe and we kind of do shows with them. I think what we all need to do is dance is to do with nature. We must learn from the nature. Especially, I would say, from five birds. You learn five things from five birds, you'll become better dancers, you'll become better people. I'll take you quickly through those five birds. One is like the crow. Kaka snanam जिसे बोलते हैं संस्कृत में. What does a crow do? It comes, takes quickly showers and leaves. Which means when you're following anything to do with art, your personal things have to become less. And your dedication has to go towards your art form. Many of students today come and say, oh, शादी में जाना है, party में जाना है, class में नहीं आ सकते, rehearsal नहीं कर सकते. Your personal things have to become less and your art should get more priority. So learn from the crow. Second one, like a woodpecker. जिसे हम कहते हैं कठफोड़वा हिंदी में. Woodpecker क्या करता है? एक जगह पे बैठता है, खड़ा 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 100 बार 1000 बार मारता है, तब वहां पे छेद होता है. Same thing as a dancer, you have to do one step a million times to get it right. You cannot say, I have done it, आज नया क्या सिखाएंगे आप? नया हम नहीं सिखाएंगे, पुराना आपको कितना आता है, that is what is important. There's a very wonderful line which says, normally we always speak about it, we say, dance till you get it right. Correct? No, don't dance that way. Dance till you can never get it wrong. So it's just a different approach towards learning the same thing a million times so you can never get it wrong. That should be your attitude. Third one, like a chidiya, sparrow. Have we ever seen a fat sparrow? We have not. So your body is a temple. Through this temple, we reach out to people, we reach out to the God. You have to keep your temple clean. You have to keep your temple neat and tidy, which means you have to always make sure you are fit. I'm not saying to have 8-pack abs, but at the same time, you need to be fit and healthy because that is what a dancer should be. Learn from the chidiya, alpahari jise bolte hain, of your diet. Be very careful of what you eat. The fourth one, like a babula, like a crane. What does a crane do? It stands on one foot, laser sharp focus, and patak maar ke apne prey ko pakadta hai. So same thing as a dancer, your focus should be so strong that nothing in the world should affect it. That is very important. Today's kids, the focus is only 15 seconds reels on Instagram. That's the focus. After 15 seconds, you want to look at a new video. The focus has completely been lost. So focus in art is extremely important. You must not let go of that. And the fifth one, like an eagle. What does an eagle do? It flies the highest, but eyes on the ground. You can achieve everything in life, but remember, a dancer does not dance in the clouds. A dancer dances on the ground. So don't have attitude, like I was saying before, but have gratitude towards what your art form is, because he's watching, and if he has given the gift, he can take it back.
Exactly, yeah. Absolutely. Again, going back to, one of my idols, one of my role models, Nasir Saab, I've grown up watching him. And when he entered the industry, he couldn't dance at all. And that was his handicap. So Shyam Benegal ke saath jo filmein kari, art films, these were all with Govind Nilani, Shyam Benegal, those were art films, parallel cinema kehte hain. So he became the superstar of the art film industry. But he never said, he says, he never dreamt that at the age of 60, he would be dancing with Vidya Balan in Ooh La La. He tried Oye Oye.
Yeah, it's never too late for anything in life.
Exactly, never too
I
late
think
for
talent जो है, it always finds somewhere the other. The more you give it, the more it increases. And that is what is important to learn from any of the legendary artists like Nasir Saab or so many of them. They share the art, and that is what makes them even better. Because when you share your art, you even learn it more yourself, and that is how you become a master of your art form.
Right. True, true.
There's a very
Absolutely.
beautiful shloka which says, "Na chauraharyam, na cha rajaharyam, na bhatra bhajyam, na cha bharakari, vayekate vardate ev nityam, nritya vidyadhanam sarvadan pradhanam." Which means that ना राजा उसका विभाजन कर सकता है, ना चोर से चुरा सकता है, ना बांटने से वो कम होता है, जो नृत्य का विद्या धन है वो सबसे बड़ा धन है.
Absolutely, bhai. Absolutely. I mean, there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my dear friends, we saw a legendary figure who is an intellectual, who has got gray matter, cerebral matter, very talented, very articulate, very skilled, very, I mean, gifted, and most importantly, very, very hardworking and a great soul, great human being. Thank you, Sandeep. It's been such a pleasure and an honor
Thank you
being in
so much.
conversation with you.
Wonderful
Thank you
being
so
with
much
you
for
and
spending
chatting with
time.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take care, Sandeep. Bye. I'll
Take
give you
care.
a
Bye
call.
bye.
Bye. Bye. I'll end this podcast.